best moments in life oftentimes don't make it to social media. Author unknown. I'm about to upset some people with this one. Welcome to the lounge. Let's go.
Hey, said this is a lounge. Culture and justice, you know you can trust that we holding it down. Well, you can bet we applying that pressure, it come by the pound. Speaking the truth and the logic to do what makes us so profound. That's why we got the crown. Said this is a lounge. Culture and justice, you know you can trust that we holding it down. Well, you can bet we applying that pressure, it come by the pound. We living better no matter the weather, we sticking around. Come see what we found. Yeah, this is the lounge. VSOP for the record, no better. Yeah, this for the wealth. Both of the people are equals, no better to speak for the culture, our needs and our health. Conscious it reign with dignity, giving the keys to victory and being a man. Live up the culture, protected from leeches and vultures, and speak for who need in a hand. Cause this is the lounge.
Welcome back to the VSOP Lounge. I, of course, am your host, the captain of the cool kids, host of the Grown Man Logic podcast, DeJuan J, and I hope that all is well. Last week, we needed a moment. We needed a breather because we're about to upset the apple cart. We concluded our respect series, and ladies, it's your turn. Your turn to sit in the hot seat, ladies. And this week, we're going to introduce a series called She's a Dime. The 9 things that every woman needs in order to get a ring. Because you know, on the Grown Man Logic, family of shows, we keep score by rings. And we addressed the men and we told them how to get respect and how to take their respect back. And now, ladies, it's your turn in the hot seat. We all want to talk about being a baddie, being a bad bitch. We want to talk about being a boss. We want to talk about how much further ahead we are than the next person. But on whose scorecards? Who told you these things? And we're going to break down the acronym She's a Dime and break down everything that men keep score on, quite frankly. And tonight, where are my manners? Our drink of the evening, brought to you in this beautiful 14.5 ounce highball glass, available at shopgrownmanlogicpod.com. Shopgrownmanlogicpod.com. Our drink of the evening is a cherry bourbon splash. No, a cherry bourbon smash. Cherry bourbon smash. Sorry, I'm still trying to get my bearings. But cherry bourbon smash. Tonight, we have to talk about it. We have to talk about being social. Oftentimes on this particular platform, we talk about women walking in femininity and displaying strength in femininity. It's true, it's necessary. But we have to talk about being social, having an outgoing personality, and what that actually says and what that does. We actually took this to the streets. We took this and we interviewed some people on the streets, and we're going to hear from them on this show tonight. But let's define our terms. Social. Willing to talk and engage in activities with other people. Willing to talk and engage in activities with other people. Social. We can get on social media and look through timelines and look at memes. We can look at stories. And what we're seeing is that people are becoming more comfortable with being alone. We're seeing that people are choosing peace over people. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If that's what we have to do to protect our peace, protect our mental health, protect our sanity, to keep our chakras aligned, to keep our Christianity intact, if that's what we have to do, then so be it. That's not what I'm against. I'm not against that whatsoever. I start to have a beef when we start to encounter self-diagnosed introverts because you don't want to hang out. When we play the shy role, when we play the role of being antisocial, when truth of the matter is we were never properly socialized. And this is, I'm talking to women with this. If you were to ask 10 men, 8 out of these 10 men will tell you they prefer a woman that's social, a woman that can match their energy. Now, we're not talking about necessarily going to the club, tearing up the VIP section. We're not talking about necessarily, being drunk like every night. But what we are talking about is somebody that can get along with other people. Somebody that is energetic, enthusiastic about life. Somebody that's an open communicator. There are health benefits actually to being social. It lowers depression, it lowers anxiety, and it raises your self-esteem. That's no secret. The more friends that one has, the bigger their confidence level, the greater the confidence level. Lowering the anxiety, having trust in people, being a human being. These 8 out of 10 men that I mentioned earlier, they'll tell you that social women are better. And there are benefits to dating or choosing a social woman as a mate. And there's a reason why I started with this one. We're going to go from the exterior and work our way in. I'm giving you the tickets that's going to get you to the dance. It's rare that men are cruising for women at libraries or in places where you have to be quiet. We usually see you somewhere out. Club, bar, grocery store. As of late, it's been dating apps where you have to actually put yourself out there. And everybody's photo is nothing boring of themselves. It's the crazy poses, the sticking the tongue out, throwing the peace sign in the air, you walking your dog, running with your dog at the gym. We display being social. Ladies display being social when they honestly prefer to be at home. It's a misrepresentation. No fault. No fishing. I'm just asking that you actually be the person that you're pretending to be. I'm asking that you become that person because, quite frankly, that's what men want. What are the benefits? How does it benefit you to be a social person? There's clearer communication. Women that are social women tend to be better communicators in what they want to do, when they want to do it, what they're not into. So there's no guessing game. It eliminates the guessing game. Now, that's not to say that you put all your business on Front Street. That's not what I'm asking you to do. What I'm asking is that don't make it difficult. Don't make it difficult for the man to get to know you. Why? Why do we have to make it difficult because you choose to be shrouded in mystery and not forthcoming with information because we're not necessarily a forward communicating person? Outgoing women tend to be more self-sufficient, which allows the man to be more independent. If you ask men, most men will tell you that they dislike being in relationships with clingy women. But if you're self-sufficient, you don't need me to be around. You have a life of your own. There's much more for us to talk about if I'm living my life and you're living your life. And at the end of the day, we can come together and have a conversation. What did you do today? That conversation goes a lot further. And I can learn a lot more about you if you are self-sufficient and you're living life on your terms and not just clinging to me. We've already addressed the confidence thing. With outgoing women, there's little to no wasted time. Any man about purpose or on task does not have time to waste. The time wasted should be spent on purpose, creating solutions to the problems that he has. The time wasted should be spent on making the world a better place and making himself more valuable. So we don't have time to waste. We don't have games to play. And outgoing women, sociable women tend to be of that same ilk, of the same mindset where, hey, we don't have time to waste. I'm going to tell you what I need from you, and you tell me whether or not you can accommodate this need or not. The sense of humor tends to be better. One of the main reasons that social women, non-shy women, get married is because a sense of humor, a sense of quick wit is about them. And because of this quick wit, you can match my sense of humor. You're constantly making me laugh. So we never forget how to be friends. And if we never forget how to be friends, then the relationship becomes less and less work. And before you jump out the window, I am not saying that men don't want to work. What I am saying is that anything that you can do to make the relationship easier, more free-flowing, the better. Relationships fail because people forget how to be friends. They forget how to laugh. But your sense of humor and your wit, because you're social, you're used to the banter back and forth. Right? Not to go so far as to be one of the boys, but your humor is perfect for me. There's a greater sense of adventure. There's a greater sense of spontaneity. We can make greater memories because you're willing to try almost anything. Babe, you want to go ziplining? Absolutely. You want to go skydiving? Sure. It's a greater sense of adventure. Kayaking, camping, you name it. I can name it, and a social woman would be willing to try it. So we don't get bogged down with the mundane routine of, hey, we're gonna watch Netflix, and Real Housewives comes on tonight, and Love and Hip Hop comes on tonight, or Married at First Sight comes on tonight. 90 Day, all great shows. I'm not disputing that. These are all great shows, and they're all great to get into a routine and a habit. But is that all? It can't be. We have to get outside. We have to do things. If there's one thing that the pandemic taught us is that we can't take our freedoms for granted. We never know what's going to be open today, tomorrow, or the next. Again, that's more open-minded. Women that are social are also more resourceful. Just by nature, by proxy. They've met more people. They have a greater network. So they're more resourceful. And a couple, a household, a man is only as great as his resources. So when we're choosing a mate, when we're choosing a steady girlfriend, a wife, a potential wife, we're looking at resources. You can't claim to be down for your man. You can't claim to be whatever he needs, whenever he needs it, if you're not resourceful. Because how? If he's ever down bad on his luck and you have no resources, you're up the creek as a couple. Who wants that? Nobody wants to be up the creek. Some of you out there might be thinking, this is an old school way of thinking. DeJuan J, it's an old school way of thinking. So let's take it to the streets, where I had the opportunity to talk to today's generation in a new segment on the VSOP Lounge that I like to call Street Logic. Let's go. What's up, gents? Grown Man Logic here with another installment of the VSOP Lounge, and I'm here with
Jason
and
Gunner, Jericho,
and Shannon.
When you're picking a mate, is it important for a woman to have an outgoing personality, like be sociable, or do you prefer like shy women?
I mean, I feel like to an extent, she can't just be like, I don't know. I wouldn't want a girl that's like always wanting to like go out and just like meet other people, obviously, but like you gotta like, I don't know, if she like does both. Like she wants to like stay in some days, she wants to go out some days.
So there's got to be a balance between the turn up and the Netflix and chill.
As an extroverted and sociable person, I'd say I'm biased. I would say that extroverted and sociable women are better, mainly because, just kind of in general, like it's easier to go out and like make friends and whatnot. If you're introverted, it kind of goes double standard with guys too. It's just kind of easier to live life that way, you know. Introverted girls, I say, I guess shy girls is a better word for it. They tend to be less approachable and whatnot, and I know that because I was kind of introverted before, so I had to learn through it.
I'd say extroverted because like they're more open and like more sociable, I guess. And saying,
Do you feel like that introverted people are a distraction from your purpose and your goal? So if you get involved with like an introverted person, does it take more work to like actually get to know them?
Oh yeah, 100%. I would say before, so I actually just came here from Arizona, so I was a pretty introverted person back over there. And I'll be honest, it was really hard for me to make friends, and it was really hard for me to kind of like get out of my comfort zone and get to know people because of the fact that I was so, I guess, scared and that fear that I wouldn't be liked. But I guess kind of like moving forward from there and getting to know people and kind of opening up my shell a little bit, that definitely opened a lot of opportunities for me. So I feel like kind of having that trait going forward, especially into the world, because you don't know what you're gonna get hit with, you know? I would say having that like sociable and kind of approachable demeanor would definitely.
I'm choosing the girl that's like a 7 or 8 over the 10. She has a good personality. So looks, I'd say probably like a 6 or 7, depending on out of 10 on like how important it is.
I'd say
I'd say a 7. 6 might be a little low. 7 to 8.
So the importance of looks on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I'd say like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
Because like you can be like a 7, but like I have like the best time ever
Click,
with you
yeah.
as we click, and like you're a 10 just by default.
Welcome back inside the lounge. Hopefully, me interviewing those people has convinced you. Being social is better. Being social is better. But how do we get there? How do we improve our social lives? There's 10 ways. Reaching out. Reaching out. Hey, You want to do this? You want to go out to dinner? You want to do, have a girls' night? You want to improve your social life. Build a network that's going to make you more social. And again, this shouldn't be an echo chamber, an epistemic, but it shouldn't be any of these things. These should be well-balanced friends that are willing to tell you no, but also have your best interest in heart and in mind. Say yes to plans. Instead of wishing they were canceled, instead of saying, no, I can't make it this time, say yes. Just go. Get out there. Your future and your destiny could be waiting. Work on eliminating anxiety. Don't worry about rejection. Look for things that you have in common with other people. I can't tell you how many times that I'm scrolling the social media timeline and I cringe because I see the phrase, I hate it here. Why? What are you doing to influence your environment and your atmosphere? Taking advantage of holidays. Minding your manners. Being a good guest. Living an interesting life. Nobody wants to hear the same stories of you as a kid. I was talking to one of my colleagues, and this particular colleague was on the dating market. And he said to me, I'm tired of explaining my backstory. The next first time that I explain my backstory, I want it to be the last time. And I thought about that for a second. And, he's an active individual. And I thought about it and I was like, yeah, but the story continues to change because it continues to grow. He has a good resume because he lives an interesting life. So his backstory continues to evolve. Like the basics stay the same, but the story in itself begins to grow and expand and evolve because, like a resume, he continues to have new experiences. And ladies, that's how you have to be. Continue to have new experiences. We don't want to go to the same restaurants as that you and Andrew went to. We don't want to go to the same hole-in-the-wall club, your favorite dive bar that you had with an ex. We want to make new memories. And lastly, ask for help. Look up a dating coach. Look up a life coach. I happen to know a great one. Read books, read articles. Read up on things there are to do, because you can't complain that the men are trash if you're stuck in the same rut. The men where you shop for men are trash is a more accurate statement and a more acceptable statement that you probably not get any argument from men. But let's leave it right there. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's debate it. You're more than welcome to comment below. Send us a DM. You can call the lounge or text the lounge, 805-738-2766. 805-738-2766 is the number to the lounge. We're open for debate. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I forgot something. Maybe I'm outright wrong. Doubt it, but it's possible. Until then, join us next week where we're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about health. And yes, this is internal and external health. What does healthy look like? We're going to talk about it next week, right here on the VSOP Lounge. I've been DeJuan J, and this has been The Lounge. Cheers.
Yeah.